This is my cat. You hear that weird sound she's making? That's called a purr, and it's a low-pitched rumbling noise that cats produce when they're being petted, eating treats, or generally feeling good about life. But how do they even produce this sound in the first place? What does this tell us about cat anatomy? And why has this remained a mystery for so long? Let's find out. Here's what we know. Cats produce sound the same way that most mammals do. A signal from their brain causes their vocal cords to press together, and as air flows through their larynx, their vocal cords begin to vibrate, thus creating sound. Something very important to note here. After that initial neural signal to start meowing, hissing, or purring, this process of making sound is entirely automatic. That sound will continue being produced until there is a separate neural signal to stop it. While this all might seem pretty straightforward, there are two big gaps in our knowledge. The first one pertains to the pitch of a purr. When I say that cat purrs are low in pitch, I mean 20 to 30 hertz low, which is barely audible to human ears. These kinds of sounds are usually created by very large animals like elephants and rhinos. A rule of thumb in animal anatomy is usually bigger animals equals longer vocal cords, which equals lower frequencies of sound. For tiny house cats with short vocal cords, making these sounds should not be physically possible. To explain what else we don't know, I'd like everyone watching to do this with me. What we're all doing is actively moving our muscles in order to open and close our hands, and we have to continue actively doing that until we want to stop. A widely accepted hypothesis from the mid-70s theorized that it was the same for cats, and that they had to actively contract and release their laryngeal muscles in order to purr. This theory wasn't proven, but it was widely unchallenged. Fast forward to Austria, 2023. A group of scientists from the University of Vienna mounted a study to see if purring can be produced with no input from the brain other than that initial neural signal to start purring. To do this, they took 6 cats who'd been put down due to illness and removed their larynxes. Because the cats are dead, no neural signal is getting to that larynx, so the scientists positioned the vocal cords as if they had received that signal from the brain to start purring. They pressed the cords together manually, pumped in humidified air to stimulate breath, and were able to produce purring on every single larynx. While conducting this experiment, they also discovered these pads of tissue embedded in the cats' vocal cords. Anatomists had noticed these pads before, but no one had figured out their purpose. The Austrian scientists theorized that these pads increase the density of the vocal cords, which then makes them vibrate more slowly and produce sounds of a much lower frequency than thought possible for house cats. So, after this groundbreaking study, have we finally solved the mystery of cat purrs once and for all? Not quite. To definitively prove any of these findings, tests would have to be conducted on a live cat. The thing is, cats produce purrs when they're at ease, and currently, the only way to study purrs in a live cat is to shove a probe down its throat. Until we can find another way to study laryngeal movements in living cats, cat purrs may forever remain a mystery.